Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Got Quentin in here and Time Surfing Alien. Welcome. This is just a last minute thing. We're getting pummeled by snow here. We got a bunch of snow like Thursday they actually shut everything down. It was a snow day, and then everybody went to work on Friday, and it started snowing earlier today. It's going to snow all night into the morning, and fortunately it's gonna be snowing all day Sunday too. Fortunately for us, Monday is a holiday, so we don't have to go to work on Monday, because Monday will be a shit show. So guitar hack, we have a tornado watch. What? You got a tornado in February? What the hell? If you get creamed by a tornado, I get the Gretsch. Yeah, I don't know, man. I appreciate the gesture, but I think the Gretsch is going to be in Kansas. You know, like the movie. Not watching Canada versus US tonight. No, Jay. I heard that. I just read something that about it though. Like there was like 3 fights in the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of the game or something. So I'll be honest with you. Like as far as sports, really, I'm an NFL guy. Being Canadian, I should get deported because I don't watch NHL hockey. But I just kind of got so turned off with hockey about, I don't know. It's got to be at least 10 years now, because my team they suck, and well they don't suck. They always do really well. Well, the last few years anyway. But then they always choke in the playoffs. So I don't even bother watching anymore. We got a tornado yesterday in Oxnard. Hey Nelson, you got. I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive or dumb or whatever. But I didn't realize that tornadoes happen in the winter months. I thought it was strictly a summer thing. It is a telly-shaped object, yes. Send Mr. Plow over to you. I've already shoveled once today. It's snowing now. It's going to snow all night into tomorrow. So tomorrow that plow might be useful, yeah. Yeah, no, we got... I got to do the conversion. We got like 24 centimeters, which is roughly a foot. And tonight and into tomorrow we're getting another foot. But they say a foot, but really I think it was more than a foot. It was probably more like 14, 16 inches of snow. And I think we're getting about the same or a little bit more overnight. Hey Gary, how you doing? You got freezing rain in New Jersey. Yeah, the temperatures are not quite... they're a little below freezing, so it's definitely snow. My son can't work a shovel. Don't even go there, Gwen. Yeah, so the reason I got the telly out is I just finished shooting a video about Telecasters. So check out tomorrow morning. There'll be a video called, what did I name it? I think Why Everybody Needs a Telecaster or something like that. I think that's what I named it. So check that video out. It's coming out tomorrow. Because did you ever have a snowmobile? Hey Ron. No, I've never owned a snowmobile. Have I? I think I've ridden on one before. when I was maybe a kid, I think, maybe. Definitely never owned one. Oh, you can't wait for the Kiss show. Yeah, cool. So I don't have a link to his channel, but Grant's. What's Grant's channel called? Is it just Grant's Warehouse, right, Gary? I should know more, but I don't. I think it's called Grant's Warehouse or Rock Warehouse. I'm not sure. But I'm on that channel tomorrow, and Grant does this like listening party show where he invites people on, and we just listen to music that we picked out. And the theme for tomorrow's show is Kiss. And I sent Grant, I think I sent him like 15 tracks. So I just went like one off of the first 15 records, right? And Warehouse, yeah, yeah, and he spells it Ware. Yeah, like warehouse. Yeah, Grant Warehouse. Okay, thanks, Gary. So I'll be on that tomorrow at 8 p.m. and we're going to be playing a bunch of Kiss music. I know that Guitar Talk Universe will be there with bells on because he's a huge Kiss fan. I know that. Oh, is it 2 hours? I don't even know how long it is, Gary. I agree to these things, and I don't realize what I'm getting myself into. But 2 hours of Kiss. Well, I guess, I picked 15 songs, so just to play them has got to be, an hour. And I guess he's got songs too, so that'll be 2 hours. Edwin Crane, how you doing? Is there anybody in here? Yeah. See, he loves Kiss. Right? I knew he loved Kiss. What's that riff? 2 1 hours. Oh, 2 1 hour sessions. Was there an intermission? How did those shows go? I thought it was a 2 hours. I don't know. Now I'm all confused. Put your hand. That's right. Gary's got it. Intermission for 4 minutes. Ace always blew up his guitar. Yeah, that was part of his shtick. Guitar Man 45, how you doing? Charlie S, welcome. Yeah, I don't normally go do more than one live stream a month, but I just needed to. We've been getting blasted by snow here. We're getting another foot and a half overnight and into tomorrow, and it's just, yeah. Sean plays guitar. There's a new channel. Or a new subscriber, or hopefully a subscriber. Hey, subscribe to the channel. There's a new name. Yeah. It feels weird playing Kiss on a non-Gibson guitar, I gotta admit. I'm probably gonna explode because it's it's not allowed. Although on their debut album, there is a picture of Ace holding, I believe, a Telecaster. It might have been a deluxe like this. I'm not sure. The Making Love solo, Ace's best. Gotta be close. Um, I would say it ranks up there. It's probably his fastest. I mean, he's burning on that, right? And if you listen to him play it live, he's not playing it note for note because even he can't duplicate what he did in the studio. I'm sure that solo was comped. But no, that's not my favorite solo. I think I have a video. I'm pretty sure I do. If you Google it, I think it's my 10 top Ace Frehley guitar solos. Shit, I can't remember if I did it on my channel or I did it on Pete's. I'm sure there's a Ace Frehley guitar solo thing on my channel. I have seen most of you dudes in other chats. That pedal show, maybe. That pedal show. Yeah, I watched a lot of that, Sean. Those guys, I don't want to go full guitar on you. But because not everybody here plays guitar. But when I made the leap from multi effects, this is going back years now, and I got into pedals. Those guys were a huge resource because anything you want to know about pedals, there's a lot of videos. Like they've covered the whole thing, right? So in terms of what pedals to get, what they do, what order to put them in. I'm actually using pedals right now. I've got a reverb on, I got my delay, and I got my light overdrive, which is the Wampler Euphoria. 5 Watt World, I don't watch as much of that. I like when he does all the Jimmy Page guitars, or he does the history of a certain model guitar, but I don't generally watch 5 Watt World too much. What I don't know is why he doesn't play guitar himself. Why he always gets somebody else to play guitar in his shows. Huge. Yeah, Sea of Tranquility. Yeah, we're doing a show, Gary, on the 27th. Sorry, not on Sea of Tranquility, but on my channel. I've got Martin and Pete coming back on the 27th. So we will be back this month. Hopefully all three of us will be able to make it this time. Although I gotta say, that show I did with Martin last month, that show did pretty well. I cracked 2,000 views for that. And, usually the big draw is Pete. So I think it's pretty good for Martin and I. Yeah, Sean, they know a lot about pedals, man. Pedal order, what pedals to get, what they do, what's a compressor do, when you're just starting out. It's good stuff to know. Right? I appreciate you being there, Gary. Yeah, so just shot a video why everybody should have a Telecaster. Basically, for me, the big appeal with the Telecaster is this is sort of like the guitar that falls in between a Les Paul and a Strat is the Telecaster for me. Hey, Frank, how are you, man? Frank, how you liking all this snow? We're getting pummeled again tonight. Frank lives in my general area, so he's getting the same snow I am. Hey, Jay likes Dream Theater, but better because it's Kiss. Jay doesn't like Dream Theater? I gotta admit, that's not a band that I've ever really... I can't get into a lot of prog. I can get into some of it. I can do Genesis. I can definitely do Rush. right? But when the prog gets like when they forget what song they're playing, or I forget what song I'm listening to 10 minutes in, I'm kind of I'm kind of out. There has to be some type of thread or something kind of it just turns into scrambled eggs for me out if it goes for too long and it has too many twists and turns. And the funny thing is I like music that does that, but it has to kind of, I don't know, have a common theme or something that, kind of brings it all back together. All my original music, the last couple of things I recorded are kind of more or less pedestrian compared to most of the stuff I come up with, because I like a lot of twists and turns, but there's always like parts, and it's going to come back to the original theme at some point. So oh, there's another new name, Bob Partica. Welcome. Green Bay's getting a lot of snow too. Yeah, we're getting about another, I think, 16 inches tonight, maybe 18 inches. We just got about the same amount 2 days ago. But, I was doing, I was on Contrarians. I did 2 shows on the Contrarians, which is another channel you should check out. I did two shows this week, man. I've been doing a lot with Grant this week. And, it was funny because on the Thursday show, I was complaining about, the snow that we got in the GTA, Toronto, and somebody who's on that show from Ottawa, and they literally got double what we got. So if we got 16 inches, they got like 32, 34 inches. So, and I'm complaining, right? Yeah, it's nuts, Frank. It's funny, man. We didn't get snow all winter, and it's just like, we got the biggest single snowfall we had in 2 years 2 days ago, and it's happening again 2 days later. That's why I call this snowed in. Anybody out there? Yeah. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I am trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I need about, I said I'm getting near. I'm still over 300 away, so, But, man, if I could hit 5,000 before the end of this year, that would be really cool. Hey, Dark Wizard, how are you, man? Even with my snowblower, I'm exhausted. Yeah, my snowblower is Kaputski, so it's I gotta go out there, and I already did it twice today, and I gotta go out there probably twice tomorrow to do it, because if you wait till it's all one big mountain, it'll take way too long. I hope so, Gary. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate your support, man. You're a good dude. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Frank, wasn't I supposed to do something on your channel? You mentioned something a while back. Dark Wizard, it's not snow right now, but it's been raining. You must be in a warmer place. And these guys are saying that they're getting tornadoes. Where's Quinn? Kentucky? Getting tornadoes. Jeff C. Curious if you still have your Firebird. I just ordered my first one from the Gibson demo shop, and I'm really excited. Yeah, I do, Jeff. I'll never sell that guitar because... Oh, thanks, Frank. Appreciate that. I'll never sell that guitar because I had it. I had one, and I sold it, and then I bought it again. And I literally, the same year, same model, I bought the one that I sold. So, I mean, I'm pretty dumb with guitars sometimes, and, to go and buy that guitar back, that's how much I like Firebirds. And I'll tell you something about the Firebird, which you'll find out soon enough. Well, you probably already know. They're big and they're like awkward. It's like playing a canoe, right? They're just big, awkward, like massive, long. You're playing an F chord and your arm is like out. See, it's outside the screen here. That's how long it is. But nothing sounds like a Firebird. Absolutely nothing. And it's very rare that I can even take it out to gigs because it's so long. There's only a couple of places I play that I'm not going to hit something with it. But whenever I get the chance, man, a Firebird comes out because nothing sounds like a Firebird. Yeah, send me an email, Frank. My email it's on my channel. You like the pointy metal guitars, Bob? Yeah. I've never owned a pointy headstock. Never. I mean, even the Charvel that I had briefly had like a Fender headstock on it. So I can't do the pointy guitar thing. Nah. No, I've never had a pointy guitar. Not that there's anything wrong with them. If anybody's curious, this is a Mexican-made Fender Ventura 2. I think it's 2. Ventura 2. Anyways, it's the 70s Deluxe Telecaster. The pickups on here are those wide range pickups, I just shot a video with this guitar. It's coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. And it's called Why You Need to Own a Telecaster. So check that out. Seinfeld. I guess you guys are talking about Seinfeld. Seinfeld, for me, I think is the best sitcom ever. It's one of the few shows that I can watch. I've probably seen it at least 3 times every episode, and I can watch it again and again, And as much as Kramer is great on that show, for me, it's all about George. George just had so many layers, yeah. George is my favorite. Oh, not that there's anything wrong with that. Yes. See? I mean, that's such an automatic thing that you forget that actually came from Seinfeld, Gary. Yeah. Firebird. Yeah. Well, when I got the my Firebird is black. It's a black one with the white pickguard. It doesn't have the banjo tuners. It has just the regular tuners, but it's a reverse headstock, I think. Pretty sure it's reverse. Anyways, yeah, and then they stopped making them for a couple of years, right? And then this is sort of a little bit devious to me, okay? So Gibson stops making Firebirds. Then they appear in the Epiphone line, right? And they had they already had Firebirds in the Epiphone line. Let's just say that, right? And when I went to get a Firebird originally, I tried the Epiphone ones, and I'm sorry, they were the ones I tried anyways were crap. And then they stopped making the Gibson Firebirds, and then they made this Epiphone Gibson sort of crossover Firebird, which was like an Epiphone, but it had the Gibson electronics in it, and then the price of the Epiphone Firebirds went up quite a bit if you got one of them. Right? So if you really wanted a Firebird, you had to get one of those. And now they brought back the Gibson Firebird, or it's coming back this year, and they raised the price on those as well. So it's kind of like, they're leading you up the hill every time. And I don't know if I heard this right when I was watching the NAMM show. I don't know if I heard this right, but I think the new Firebirds, and correct me if I'm wrong, are no longer neck through, right? because the old Firebirds, it was one piece of wood, right, from the headstock right to the tail, and then they glued the wings on. And my understanding is that the new Gibson Firebirds are glue-on necks, so they're no longer a neck through one piece of wood. So why they would do that is probably a hell of a lot cheaper to build them like that than to get one piece of wood the whole length of the guitar and glue the wings on. If somebody knows different or has heard different, let me know, because I think that's what I heard when I watched one of those the NAV video in the Gibson booth. That's why I went with the demo shop. Pretty good savings on a custom. Yeah, Jeff, I generally try to get either something used, when it comes to Gibson stuff, pretty much everything. I think every Gibson guitar that I own, every Les Paul I own is used. Pretty sure. Hey, Daniel Newberry, how are you? My Firebird is Silver Mist, and that's the same color as the new Epiphones, and I'm steamed about that. They came out with the Silver Mist. I don't think I've seen those. I think the ones the Epiphone Gibson inspired by, whatever they want to call it. I mean, I've seen red, and I think there's like a blue. I don't think I've seen a mist. It's not neck through anymore, but the Epiphones will be. Okay, that makes no sense. I don't know why they would do that. To the Kiss listening party with Grant tomorrow. Well, it's good to know you guys are going to be there, man. Good to see some familiar names in the chat tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be some 80s songs. Well, I won't tell you what the songs are, but I will tell you this, how I did it. Because I wanted to be inclusive of their catalog, and I had to pick 15, so I basically picked one off of each record up to 15 albums. So, inevitably, there's going to be some 80s in there. Yeah, some of the 80s Kiss, well, I mean, I'd say for me, the one that I like the least, not just 80s, but overall Kiss record, is probably Crazy Nights. That record is just, it's terrible. It's like they're trying to be Bon Jovi or Heart or whatever, and I don't know. And Paul's still trying to shatter glass. I don't know. That's not one of my favorite records. The earlier ones, like Asylum, I think I like Animalize a bit more, but Asylum's pretty good too. Yeah, Crazy Nights is one that I don't like. Yeah. Definitely like Creatures, that's 80s. Elder is 80s. It kind of grew on me. What else is 80s Kiss? Am I missing one? I don't know. Well, then after Crazy Nights, wasn't it Revenge after that? I could be wrong. Yeah, because if I didn't do it that way, Gary, if I would have probably just stayed in the 70s. And like most people, and I did an AC/DC show on the Contrarians, and some guy beat me up because I said that Angus's playing was like BB King, and he's like, you gotta listen to this and you don't know this, and like, dude, when I say Angus's playing is like BB King, that's not an insult. I'm saying he's playing the right shit at the right time, right? And it's not super flashy. That's a good thing. But anyways, yeah, like, with the Kiss thing, because I came into Kiss in the 70s, my preference is for 70s Kiss, right? I got a buddy of mine who's a massive Kiss fan. He's a drummer that I played with for years, and he came into Kiss in the '80s. So like for him, Crazy Nights is a great record. A lot of the time when you're picking favorites or this or that, it's really when you came into the band. My Monday work day, I'm working from home, so hopefully I'll be able to leave it. Are you in a different time zone, John? I think, yeah, didn't you say the other... I saw you in another channel. You were saying you're in Australia, so you're in a different time zone. Yeah, because the show on our time is Sunday at 8 p.m. Oh, Look It Up. That's the one I'm forgetting. Yeah, Look It Up's pretty cool. I like Look It Up. Only genre switch I like was Revenge. It was pretty dark and very heavy. I think Vinnie Vincent wrote some. Yeah, Vinnie co-wrote Unholy for sure. There may have been another, but he was definitely on Unholy. Yeah. I'll tell you a Vinnie story. I met Vinnie in person at one of these Kiss convention things, but I remember walking up to, I mean, this is going back to, when was the Creatures tour, like 81, 82? I think 82, 81. Anyway, something like that. And I remember walking up to see them to see that show, and the guy's selling the jerseys out front, and I'm looking at the jersey, and it's a 10th anniversary jersey with the tank, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, oh, what the hell? Where's Ace? I go, is this Ace? Did he change the makeup? I don't look like Ace. Like, nobody knew, right? I didn't know. There was no internet. There was none of that. And then you go in to see the show, and of course, at that time, I was like, it was a huge... I was always been a little more of a Paul guy than a Gene guy, but Gene was still amazing. And Eric Carr was phenomenal. And then I see this guy slither out, like a really bad, posture, whatever. And all his playing... is like not bluesy, it's like I'm just going to play every note I know as fast as I possibly can. And that was all his solos. And then when he had his lead break and he was just making noises and hitting his guitar with a bow, and I was like, my God. Yeah, and I ended up getting a bootleg of that show, and it's just, yeah, not the biggest Vinny fan. Oh, it's Hot in the Shade, then Revenge. Yeah. Yeah, Hot in the Shade is my least favorite Kiss record. That's like the bottom of the barrel for me. Yeah. I love your Firebird. Yeah, Jeff, you will love your Firebird. Yeah, the Firebird case, Nelson. Yeah, you could rent that out to a family of 4. It's huge, dude. When I put the Firebird in my car, it won't fit in the trunk. It'll fit in my back seat, but it literally goes from door to door. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Yeah, some people just like to, I don't know. That's why sometimes I'm always sort of hesitant about expressing opinions on shows, because guys just go off on shit. Vinny co-wrote 3 songs on Revenge. Okay, Unholy. Did he do I Just Wanna? Was that the other one he did? Was it I Just Wanna? Was that the other one? On a live one in grade school, so all that earlier stuff is special for me. Still listening to it today. Yeah, me too. The 70s stuff is my favorite. Yeah, and my favorite record of theirs of all time is Rock and Roll Over. I think Rock and Roll Over, they were just hitting on all cylinders. The riffs were great. Ace's playing was spot on. I love that whole, attitude that Paul had in his songs. I'm the big rock god, And then Gene, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, and Ladies' Room. That for me is like my favorite. That's my favorite Kiss record. I mean, yeah. And I love Ace's playing on that album. I think it's really good. And then my least favorite is Hot in the Shade. Hot in the Shade is just phoned in, man. It's them trying to be that 80s poppy thing that I can't tolerate. I mean, I hate Bon Jovi, right? I hate's a strong word. I shouldn't say that. I dislike Bon Jovi. There might be like one odd song that's okay. And I've had to cover Bon Jovi songs in some, cover bands and stuff. But I don't know. It's just it's that whole poppy thing, and then when the keyboard is playing the same line as the guitars, in a band, for me that always takes it's like the guitar just got neutered. It just lost all its balls as soon as the keyboard starts playing the same line or the same chord progression. But that's just me. But Alive, what's amazing is all the songs that on the first 3 records. I'm not a big fan of the production on the first Kiss record. I think it's very thin. There's no balls on that record. The songs are great, don't get me wrong, but the production is terrible. And those songs on Alive just come to life. Like Deuce, for example. Just Alive, like on the record it sounds so, it just sounds so thin and weak, right? But then you hear that live and it's just amazing. Everyone points to Destroyer, but Rock and Roll Over was their pinnacle. I'm not a big fan of Destroyer, probably because the songs have been overplayed, right? I mean, Sweet Pain and Flaming Youth, those are 2 songs. They did play Flaming Youth for about 20 minutes in the 76, and then they stopped playing it because they kept goofing it up live. But those are the songs that Great Expectations it's got a weird, quirky, cool thing to it. But there's not a lot on Destroyer. Like, that would not be my go-to album for the 70s Kiss, even though that's the one that's, but yeah, it's not for me. Did we just become best friends? Where you come in with the band usually dictates your favorite albums from a band. I got into Kiss a couple years ago. I'm in my 30s, so my favorite is the 80s. Yeah, the hair metal stuff. Yeah, well, the good hair metal stuff is Lick It Up, Asylum. Well, Lick It Up and Animalize, I think, of the hair metal stuff. That's the best stuff, because that stuff still had an edge to it. Vinny wrote Unholy with Gene. Heart of Chrome, okay. And I Just Want It with Paul. Okay, Heart of Chrome was the one I was missing, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that, John. Thanks for looking that up. First concert, 77, December, Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I have the, well, I'm sure you have it too, the bootleg of that show, right? I get the videotape, and now I have it on the Kissology. Glass shattering vocals. You like that, eh, Daniel? Yeah. Hey, Jason, welcome. Yeah. It's like I was doing, I did a Rush show with a buddy of mine who's younger than me. And Pete was on that too. And we were picking our favorite Rush records. And Pete came into Rush around the same time I did, which is like 70s, right? And, for me, the Rush, sort of the dark period, it's like Power Windows, Hold Your Fire, what else? Presto, that for me is a dark period, when the heavy keyboards came in, I was good up until the Signals was okay. And shit, what's the one after Signals? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. I was good until the album After Signals. I could picture the cover, but I can't think of the name. Anyway, and then for me, it kind of went south. So those were definitely not in my top 10, but, there's Mike, and he's like calling, Hold Your Fire. He's like calling these albums out, and we're like, what? You like that better than Farewell to Kings? You like that better than, 2112 or Hemispheres or Grace Under Pressure? Thank you. I was good up until there, and then it was the dark period for me. But then they came out of it, and then they were cool again. The last album they did, God, now I'm drawing a blank on that one. Clockwork Angels was amazing. That was an amazing one. They definitely went out on a high. Yeah. I don't even know how to play any of those 80s Kiss songs, really. Most of the stuff all the riffs I know are like 70s stuff. It was Power Windows. Remember that show, Daniel? Yeah. Yeah, we laughed our asses off on that show. That one was a lot of fun. I love Mike. Mike's was my drummer in a cover band for, oh my God, 5 years, maybe, something like that. Definitely, the guy's just a beast on the drum. Best drummer I ever played with, hands down. Unbelievable drummer. I don't know why he let me in the room with him. The guy's just too good. Yeah, yeah, he's visually impaired. Yeah, yeah, but he can still play drums like a monster. Saw Kiss in 76, 78, 90. Yeah, my first Kiss show was August 4th, 1979, Maple Leaf Gardens. First show I ever went to. New England opened. And I was in the nosebleeds, but it was just, I was what, 12? I was like, my God, I'm in the same building as these guys. It was like just so blown away. Even though I could barely see them, but I got the concert book, and yeah. And then I saw them every tour they came through, so that was Dynasty. And the next time they came through would have been Creatures, and then Lick It Up. And then that's where it falls off for me. I can't remember if I saw them on Animal Eyes or Asylum. One of those because there was one time they didn't come through here. They came through here on Crazy Nights. I still can't remember if I've seen that show. Like I don't have the tickets anymore, unfortunately, the stubs. Right, but Mike had a bootleg of Crazy Nights, and I was watching it the other day. I'm like, I think I was at that show. Yeah. If Ted, because there was one show that Ted opened, and I think it was that tour. So if Ted opened, I saw that show. That's one way to figure it out. We're a small time favorite band, and I love the synth era. Not as guitar centric, but yeah. Row in New York City, H 1350 face value. Skipped the 80s Metal Kiss and didn't see them again until the 96. Yeah, the 96 reunion show I saw when they got back together. I saw them a bunch because I saw that show in 2 cities in 2 days. I followed them, right? I saw them in Ottawa, and then I saw them in Toronto. Toronto, I had 4th row floors. That was unbelievable. Maybe the best show I've ever seen. And then I saw them in they did the Psycho Circus. And then when they did Lost Cities or something, I seen them again, and the Farewell. Yeah, and then I saw them a bunch of times after that when they had uh, Tommy and Eric. I saw them when they closed Cobo Hall in Detroit. I was at that show. I seen them a bunch of times, man. Living on a Lighted Stage. Yes, I love that track. Yeah. Well, this is the. Oh, what's the Alex Lifeson chord? I think it's this, right? I think it's the F sharp. I think that's the Alex Lifeson chord. Yeah, Alex had a thing where he would not. So, like, he would do that a lot where he would play the bottom half of the chord and let the open strings ring, right? Ring. So he did that on Limelight. Like, he also did that on. Jesus. Then he would go. So leave those two strings open. It's like a. I can't do that for very long. Alex is a beast. He's one of my definitely top 10 favorite guitar players for sure. The chord that opens Hemispheres, yeah. Ted Nugent and Skid Row. Okay, when I saw that show, Dark Wizard, it was just Skid Row. It wasn't Ted. It was only Skid Row. When I saw that tour, and it was I know I saw them in Hamilton, Ontario. I don't think I saw them in Toronto. Anyway, it was the night before the symphony gig in Melbourne. I was lucky enough to be. Oh, that's really cool, John. That was, I believe, the first time Tommy was playing with them. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time Tommy came out. Better than First Row. Yeah, I think it was a Monster tour. I was right in front. I was in the pit. I was dead center, right in front of Paul Stanley. He was throwing picks and they were bouncing off my forehead the whole night. I did get one eventually. I've got a bunch of Kiss picks, like Ace picks and Paul picks. I think I got some Gene too. Yeah, I mean, over the years, I've met them all. Actually, no, I'm lying. The only one I haven't met, and this is weird because this is one I should have met, was Ace. I've never met Ace. I've never done an Ace meet and greet, and from what I read about them, I don't think I'd want to pay all that extra money for Ace to sit there kind of bored, But all of the other guys, I mean, Peter, even Mark St. John, man. I met him at a convention. Bruce Kulick a bunch of times. I actually hung out with Bruce, believe it or not, when he played with Grand Funk at a casino. And I spent the afternoon with him. We were up in his room. I was playing one of his guitars. It was really cool. Yeah, Bruce was cool. Met Paul when he was doing Phantom of the Opera here. And then they had that Kiss, remember those Kiss conventions in the 80s? So, and I met Gene. I did a Kiss meet and greet, met Gene. Gene hung around. Paul took off with Tommy. But Eric and Gene stayed for the longest time. And they said hello to everybody, got photos with them and all that kind of stuff. So I met Gene a bunch. I met Eric. Basically, Vinny. Peter, Chris, when he came up here for a KISS convention years ago. I met them all. Union. You know, Gary, when the first time I met Bruce, he was with John Corabi, and they came as a pair to. We used to have these base fan held KISS conventions here in Ted Open Crazy Nights tour. I was there. Hey Eric, welcome. Yeah, and he was John Corabi. They were promoting the Union record. That's how long ago that was. So that was kind of cool. So I got to meet John Corabi as well. At that point, he had the short hair. Now he looks like got long hair. He looks really, really weirded out. Jeff K, welcome, man. See them back in as 12 times. I don't know, Gary. I think I'm probably up around. Shit. I think the last time I counted, I think I was around 17 or 18 times that I'd seen them. Yeah, it was crazy. The chord. Okay, it's getting caught up here. Gig was okay. I read that. That was a Paul Kossoff thing, leaving the B. Oh, really, Jeff K? When doing the power chords. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. It's a Paul Kossoff thing. Yeah, I got some new names in here. Folks, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. You know, this channel is all about music. You know, talking music, talking gear. I got original music. I do a bunch of music shows on here. I got a video coming out tomorrow, which is talking about Telecasters, you know. Do you have any favorite bass players? You know, the first one that pops into my head is John Paul Jones, right? Because I love Zeppelin, right? Geddy would be the next one that would pop into my head. John Entwistle, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really I shouldn't say I'm not a fan of the bass. That sounds bad. But you know, I don't really lock in a bass players too much. Like if I notice a bass player, you know, that means he's doing a lot of exceptional stuff. So that would be Geddy. So in other words, a guy who's just not sitting there, you know, playing. Paul McCartney. Like if I notice the bass player, then he's doing something that's catching my ear, and not those off the top of my head, those guys would be, like I said, Paul McCartney, John Entwistle, Geddy Lee, and John Paul Jones. But I don't really like zoom in on bass. You know, when I'm listening to music again, unless it's doing something kind of really catchy. Bruce's nicest guy. Met him twice. He was fantastic to everyone. Like he hated me, but acted like he hated me for some reason. Was the guy who? That's weird, John. I don't know, man. Yeah, the Union CD. I have the Union CD. They put out two of them. I have the first one, and I don't have the second one. Billy Sheehan and Louis Johnson. I don't know who Louis Johnson is. Everybody knows who Billy Sheehan is. No one is a fan of bass. I didn't mean it like that. I like that, you know, guy. Hey, Vanzini. How you doing? John DeShane, welcome. Everybody's popping in here. McCartney's underrated player in my opinion. Obviously, songwriting celebrated this playing on this. Well, man, you just listen to the Beatles tunes, man. There's songs there that he just drives the whole song. He's playing a better melody on the bass than the guitar players is doing in some of those tracks. You know, listen to any one of those songs. He's playing the lines all the way through it. When he was in Talus. High Speed on Ice. Dude is a beast. Oh, he definitely, technically, yeah, man. I mean, You know, the most I've heard Billy playing is probably, and it's not the David Lee Roth stuff. It's actually the stuff he's doing with Winery Dogs. That's when I really listen to Billy. I mean, that's just an incredible band. Like, they're just all virtuosos. You know, Richie, Kotzen, and Portnoy. They're all amazing players. Yeah, I never got Blue Room, Gary. I never got that second record. I just got the first one. Oh, Harrison? Oh, yeah. Harrison is unbelievable. I mean, you know, his soloing, listen to the solo on something, you know. Like, everybody goes on, oh, Clapton did the solo as well on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Well, listen to the solo he does on something. It's beautiful. Yeah. He's a funk guy. There's Gary Davlin. Welcome. How long have I been on here? About an hour. Well, thanks for all coming in, folks. I just decided to do this literally 10 minutes. I don't usually do live shows. I usually do them once a month, but we're just getting hammered with snow here, and it's like, man, at this point, I would usually go out and, my little smoke shed and have a cigar, but it's just too much snow. I can't even go out there and do that. So I thought, let me just see who's around, see if anybody's out there. So I appreciate you all being here. And again, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and help me reach that milestone of 5,000 subs. While we're on the subject, favorite Beatles album? That'll be tough. That'd probably be Revolver for me. I appreciate that, Bob. There's more where that came from. Just hit the subscribe. I used to know how to play Helter Skelter, now I can't finger it. Oh shit, I can't remember how to play Helter Skelter. I played that so many times, it's drawing a blank. Don't you love getting older? Oh, I appreciate you being here now, John. What time is it? John, just out of curiosity, what time is it where you are now? Already subbed. Thanks, Bob. What time is it now? Use it or lose it. Yeah. I got some really good videos. I got a playlist. It's called Live, and it's me either playing shows or playing with we're playing live, but we're playing in rehearsal rooms. And I know there's a video of us called Helter Skelter, and we're playing Helter Skelter, and it sounds fucking unbelievable. So check that out, and you'll see that at one point in my life, I knew how to play it. Even the solo, which is a backwards solo, right? It's actually a backwards solo, but I learned how to play it, the backwards solo, which was really bizarre, but I got it. So check that out. Revolver and Abbey Road and Sgt. Yeah, Abbey Road too, man. That's a really good one, yeah. Yeah. Abbey Road. Well, I'll let you in on a... You know that song, Hair of the Dog by Nazareth? It's Day Tripper. it's the same song. I've talked about this a long time ago, but let's see. So this is Day Tripper, right? Right? And Hair of the Dog is... almost identical. They just put an emphasis on a different syllable. Rubber Soul. Yeah. We used to do, long time ago, off a Revolver, we used to do She Said. She said, I know what it's like to be dead. I always loved that song. And Tomorrow Never Knows, which is just a C note. The whole song is just a drone on C. But I love that song. It's one of my old speed metal bands from the late 80s, and I couldn't play a single song. I'm still playing in bar bands now, Bob, but, you know, if it's a band that I no longer play with and you ask me to play that, set, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. There's only so much in the hard drive, and right now I probably get about 60, 70 songs in there. And if you try to remember stuff that you haven't played, forget about it. Gary's got a headache. Hope you feel better, Gary. Day Tripper and Satisfaction, yeah. I don't know the role. I don't know the riff. Their riff. I know the Day Tripper and the other riffs, but I don't know that riff. Gary hears it. Yeah. Hair of the Dog and Day Tripper. They're like this close. Freebird. Thank God I've never learned how to play Freebird, and if I never do, it'll be okay. The world does not need another hack musician trying to play Freebird. The world will be fine. I can't remember that either. Oh, Max Webster. Yeah, Max Webster is, for me, probably top 5 Canadian bands. Easily. Love Max Webster. They never put out a bad record. I mean, they only had 5, but they never put out a bad record. Brown Sugar. I don't think this is how you play it, but this is the way I used to do it. Ah, shit, I can't remember it. But I remember this bit. There it is. I'm probably playing it wrong, right? Because on the record, it's an alternate tuning, and I'm in standard tuning. So, because like there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we do a lot of, we do that, and then we do. not how you play it either, because he's using an alternate tuning. So we got to figure out how to get, how to play them in standard tuning. So anyways, that's how we do it. So yeah, open G probably in alternate tuning, Jeff K. Yeah. Rubber is good. It's like the perfect time. No acid, just pot and tea. Okay. Oh, brown-eyed girl. Believe it or not, I know how to play that, but don't ask me to do it. You like the tone with the tele? Yeah, man. Check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. I got a video coming out about Telecasters. Yeah. 2 girls, 1 cup. Oh my God. And in a matter of 3 statements, Q drags this whole chat screaming into the sewers. Oh, dear Lord. All right. We just cracked the hour, folks. So let me know if anyone has got any last minute songs I can butcher here for you. In the meantime, look for me on Grant's Warehouse tomorrow. It's another channel. We're doing a listening party. It's starting at 8 p.m. So check that out. On this channel, so February 27th, there'll be a live stream with myself, Martin, and Pete. We're talking music. We're doing album verses. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Look for a video on this channel coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. All about Telecasters. And I think I called it Why You Need a Telecaster. So check that out. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Say what you will. Thanks, Jeff. This is a Mexican telly. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's my Seinfeld reference again. But, yeah, this is really good, man. I've done, oh shit, at least half a dozen shows with this. I absolutely love this guitar. The only thing, if I was to criticize, is it's a heavy mamma jamma. Oops. I was starting to muck it up. There you go. Should you go live? Well, if the house doesn't blow away, sure. All right. Okay, folks, you know what? Hang around here for a minute. I'm going to play, I usually close these out with a video. Here's an original piece of music that I came up with a couple of months ago. It's called Effects. It's got a cool video, and it's just an instrumental, but I think it's, I listened to it again. It's a pretty decent, thanks, Gary, for throwing that link in there for Grant. Yeah, so check out this video, and we'll see you all, I guess, tomorrow on Grant's channel or on my channel here in a couple of weeks. All right, check out this video, folks. Take care.